Happy Friday the 13th. It's MB Lee here on the Beat Sessions, sharing with you Willy Valles, or aka VV, or what he likes to call himself, the Gothic Prince. His debut solo album, Neon Noir, or Neon Black in plain English. The album art shows a portrait of Vivi with a birdcage veil on his face. Not sure if it has to do anything with the title, but perhaps it symbolizes the lifting of his veil and coming back to music. And what a day to release his album on. Little background if you weren't familiar, Vivi was formerly the frontman for one of Finland's most iconic bands, HIM, which stands for His Infernal Majesty. To be honest, I never listened to him while growing up, even though I knew a lot of people in my middle school who were into him. Also, probably because of the association of Bam Margera. Besides, it had the heartagram and it looked satanic, etc. But honestly, a lot of what him and now Vivi have made is right up my alley. And as Vivi puts it, the best, happy music makes me sad, and sad music makes me happy. Yep, I totally agree. Neon Noir is 12 songs and 57 minutes long. One thing that I was not super impressed by was his decision to release 6 tracks before the album drop. However, he did start writing this album in 2019 and released tracks on it since 2020. I think maybe he didn't know he was going to drop an album, but I mean, half the album, come on. Vivi mentioned in an interview this is a 2 vinyl drop, with disc 1 being more rock stuff and disc 2 being more weird, slower, doomier, and dipping into psychedelic traits. Neon Noir is about radiating darkness, celebrating the dark things, that having an experience is better than not ever feeling it or going through it, and how we learn from them. While making his debut album, Vivi compared it to how it must feel for a painter or a writer to be doing this project by himself and also following his own intuition and gut, which led him to this album release. Starting off in order. Number 1, Echolocate Your Love. Has an energetic pace, kind of a pop rock theme for this song. I will give it to him. He has an interesting choice of words. I normally do not hear in anyone else's lyrics, besides maybe like Ghost. The breakdown in here is a little chaotic with guitar and dips into 80s instrumentation as well. Number 2, Run Away from the Sun, has more of a late 80s, early pop rock feel, dark lyrics, but a light song, a romantic song. Let me hold you and dream of a life, we belong in another world. I will tell you all of the sweetest of lies. Number 3, Neon Noir, has sensual acoustic guitar, which reminds me of him material. It has goth rock, maybe some new wave influence. His vocals are way more prominent in this song. I dig the lyrics, come love me till it hurts, trap me in amber with you. I really do like that this song did not suck, since it was the title of the album. Number 4, Love Letting. If you listen closely, it starts off with a beating heart. I always love when artists put some type of ASMR in their music, well, music related ASMR. It's rock popish, a lighter song from the mall, but the lyrics are sad as you can expect. 2 heartbeats out of sync with each other and dying. Love his lyrics. I do feel like actually using the word poetic for him. The song does break out into kind of like a clap along song, while some synth comes into play. Not sure if that's typical of Vivi, but it was different from the other songs on the album. In Vivi's words, letting go is more of a loving thing to do. It can be a fine line. Number 5, Forever Lost, was interesting. It had great energy, great tempo, then it slows down. There's low and high vocals in parts of it, and it reminds me of The Cure's signature sound. I notice sometimes Vivi sings his lyrics over and over a lot, but for some reason, it doesn't bother me. He especially repeats a lot of the same lyrics at the end of his songs, but the repetitive nature does not turn me off. Number 6, Baby Lacrimarium. Very poppy, Cure influences again. If I'm not wrong, Lacrimarium means ancient tear catcher. This dude's very creative with his words. Waltz with me to Nightfall's dead wax poetry. Come celebrate the pain with me. I'm a poetry fan myself, so when I see lyrics like this, it's already so captivating, romantic, and seductive. Number 7, Saturnine Saturnalia, switched it up to what some call love metal, which I'm all for. It's about the ballads that I've loved my whole life, and this one fits it for sure. This song has thriving guitars, which is spaced between Vivi's soft touched vocals, which he picks up and lets his emotion run at the end of the lyrics. Just like the title Saturnine means slow, gloomy, moody, and mysterious, I think I'm gonna have some good and different vocab from listening to this album. The ending is awesome. Driving guitar chorus for about a minute and a half with some space pop effects in the background. Another little tidbit of info, Saturnalia is an ancient Roman festival and holiday in honor of the god Saturn. Number 8, Intronodia means a song or poem of lamentation, death, which he's talking about, repairing things that are broken, finding a way through the darkness. Don't be afraid to embrace the mistakes in your life. His vocals are more vigorous in this song, and it has some flashy keyboards in the background, but it doesn't take away from the song at all. It actually complements it. Number 9, Heart Full of Ghosts. This is a dark, somber song, maybe getting under that birdcage veil more. Guitars come in and morph this into a goth metal track at times, and I love the duality he always describes. This is where dreams come to die, and it's where I met you. It's like he always has both sides to the coin, good and bad, in his lyrics. Number 10, Salute the Sanguine. It's mellow rock, some power chords. Really do like the lyrics on this track. Seemed like a continuation of him, but with Vivi's own personal touch, which is what he was going for. I didn't know what sanguine was, but it means optimistic or positive, especially in an apparently bad or difficult situation, which is a cool message. It's like, hats off to strong people who are able to carry on or look to the positive in life when things aren't going well. I like how Vivi takes his time in this song, bringing it to 5 minutes and ending it in a more dramatic and lighter ending with the last line, "We're moving on," and takes the cake. Zenar, Solitaire, very spacey intro, eerie, has piano and weird vocals and pulsating fusions. I pictured this song to be like for Dracula, but if you can fathom it, some Spanish influences in it, like with Castanets, with a sprinkle of Stranger Things theme song. It was an instrumental song, and honestly, I really liked it. It was like some gothic lo-fi I could just chill and enjoy too. The last song, number 12, Vertigo Eyes, gets back into it, the poppy goth sound. I swear I've never had to look up so many definitions for lyrics until this album. This track also had some 80s influence in it for sure. This gets back into more goth metal rock, and I'm happy he ends it on that. So overall, each song has their own features. This album has a great sense of engagement, an interesting flow, and a lot of warmness to it. Even though the lyrics are very dark, it's about love and letting go a lot. But it feels very comforting and more real the more you keep listening to it. The album seems simple, but it's actually very intricate and a continuation of him with Vivi's own twist and style. It's bittersweet and beautiful darkness. Vivi did do a spin-off of the him logo, adding an extra V in the heartogram as he didn't want to denounce the past, like a lot of artists do when they go solo. Like he says, he was feeling like a zebra who can't change its stripes. That's it, guys. This is a vinyl please for me. Like, share, comment, and I'll see you next time.